Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, present the NXT Ring Report. Coming up, Roxanne Perez thought she had an unexpected guest on my previous title defense at NXT No Mercy, but Giulia has finally made the jump from Japan to now NXT. Giulia got her eyes set on Roxanne Perez. You won't believe what Giulia has going on. Plus, two, you got a lot going on. Former NXT champion Trick Williams goes one-on-one against Pete Dunne. Let's get you started here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Start right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenji Deeks here. Glad you can join us here on the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on the net. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers care. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we got a lot of news to get to. We're gonna kick things off here on the Pro Wrestling Show with this. With Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne. You know, Trick Williams and Pete Dunne want to tear each other apart. We thought that was going to be the beginning of the match, and it was. Trick Williams came out there wanting to whoop that Trick all right. He did so to Pete Dunne and try to whoop Pete Dunne up, try to beat him up. Both men had to be separated and be separated apart from each other. But that wasn't far from over, as Trick Williams and Pete Dunne also brawled backstage. They did a backstage brawl. They wanted to fight each other to the pillar of the post. Look at these two men want to beat the holy crap out of each other. And look at, you can tell they want to beat the holy crap out of each other. Well, General Manager Ava wanted to see if that theory was going to be proven to the test. So she set up the match. The match did go as planned. And then Trick Williams did the same thing. Both men went through the table, and still was fighting each other. Well, that didn't stop the general manager. The general manager said, you know what? You two men are going to fight next week. Next week, it's going to be a last man standing match between Pete Dunne and Trick Williams. So get all this aggression out of them after what they did tonight. After both men went through the table and took each other to the limit. I'll tell you that right now. And I'll tell you that we'll get a decisive victor next week. Well, we get to that as Jada Parker getting picked by Fatal Influence. They're targeting Jada Parker. Jada Parker had a match this weekend against Roxanne Perez. Did pretty good. Pretty well. Went there for her. Jada Parker. We wanted to get that dub, and she went against Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence did some work, even attacked Jada Parker and left her laying. So I guess they're gonna put Jada Parker as a recruiting character going forward, and how that's gonna go. Speaking of that, Ridge Holland explains his actions and why he turned on Chase U, and Chase U lost the tag team championships. That's one reason he said he didn't want to be a part of Chase U no more, because they're losers and he's a winner. And he said that he's going to show that with, I think he said to Big Dude Hudson down the road. So we'll see what's going to go down with that. Also, too, the Rascals making their appearance. They're going to get a shot at the tag team championships next week against Nathan Frazier and Axion. We'll see the Rascals one-on-one. Can the Rascals win tag team gold in NXT and in WWE NXT? That's the only question that got to be answered. We'll see that coming up next week. Over Fenby won his match over Tony D'Angelo. Over Fenby showing the family that he can beat them down and could be a special prospect at the end. Obafembi, showing that he's the one that can take it the limit, and that's what Obafembi did tonight. Taking it to one of the family members, Stacks. Obafembi restored Stacks in the process in the middle of the ring. Stacks didn't really have no chance, until Stacks. Obafembi being a dominant, he could be the next big thing in Brock Lesnar. You ask me. Also, too, I forgot who won this match. I saw, I think I forgot who was in this match. I'm sorry. If y'all know, let me know. Uh, Other than that, we're gonna roll on to the next topic. Tatum Paxley get a win after getting a surprise win over Rosemary. Tatum Paxley also received help from Raw's Live Valkyria, who was a former NXT Women's Champion. Live Valkyria making her appearance. Tatum Paxley getting some support. Maybe that was Tatum Paxley was talking about. People thought she was talking about Natalia. She could have turned around and said something else and said something different, but it wasn't that. But hey, it is what it is. Well, speaking of that, Javon Evans getting the aid and assist over his match over Dallas. Javon Evans, the help of Cedric Alexander getting the win. So I guess Javon Evans getting himself ready. Well, we know that General Manager Ava has been prepping and preparing for NXT to come to the CW network. The general manager is making the calls, making the rounds, getting herself ready and getting herself prepared for what's next and stuff. What could be next and how that could trigger down the road and how that's gonna be heading forward. So hey, you can see that what the general manager is saying. Well, the general manager getting herself ready to this. The Roxanne Perez came out there. Roxanne Perez, show Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez getting herself together after winning her match against Jada Parker this past weekend in her championship defense. Well, Roxanne had a unexpected guest this past weekend. Roxanne was unexpected welcome by Giulia, who's been a free agent, most talked about in Japan. Giulia has signed with WWE, and Giulia made her debut at No Mercy, coming out interrupting Roxanne after Roxanne's match. Well, Giulia issued the challenge and made the challenge lay after Chelsea Green tried to come out there and try to be a spoke in the wheel. Giulia said that she wants a shot at the women's championship. She wants her to do it at the CW premiere. And I guess they're gonna go out big with their season premiere, big premiere on the CW network. And Roxanne looks like she has a sep raising her belt. Julia pointing at the belt. Julia wants a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. And we had to see it'll be official by General Manager Ava. If that does come in around, we'll see on how that's going to go between that. But Julia, I mean, I heard a lot about her. She's a tough cookie to beat. She's been wrestling in Japan all lately. Julia wants to prove that she wants to hang with the best. And the only way she can do is defeat Roxanne Perez. So we'll see that coming up next week. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's move on to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to talk about this. We're hearing reports that Odyssey Jones, who was on Raw not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, now he had finally made his debut. Now Odyssey has been let go by WWE, and now Odyssey could be saying it's a domestic violence issue. Man, there's a lot going on. Everyone's trying to whoop someone's butt, and I hope that ain't the place. WWE has a policy on not attacking your spouse. They found out that you got a domestic violence issue and stuff. So hey, see, Impact Women's TNA Women's Champion, Knockouts Women's Champion Jordan Grace saying that she'll be on NXT next week and she'll lay out a challenge on who she open challenge someone who can go against her for her women's championship. It should be let me know. We'll see. Jordan Grace, if someone from NXT or TNA wants to come and lay out accept her challenge. So we'll see how that's going to go. Also, too, Tony Storm and Storm and Brew with Big Show, Paul White. They've been promoting AEW coming to Grant, Australia for the Grand Slam in February. I guess this will be AEW's very own pay per view. So we'll see how that's going to go next week. Throughout next February next year. Speaking of that, SmackDown and Collision will go head to head this week. SmackDown and Collision will go head to head. Be WWE versus AEW for the first time for their secondary shows going head to head. SmackDown Collision. So we'll see who's going to win over the battle. We'll have that the battle of the shows. We'll have that for you this Friday for the SmackDown ring port. Put that coming up. Also, too, Val Venus made a comment, a sarcastic comment, saying that both of these guys would have been fine over who would carry my bags in the attitude era. I don't know about that, Val. Gunther's a world champion. Sami Zayn, equally you like Gunther being Intercontinental champion. Val Venus never won the world championship, but I don't know. They would mean not fighting for your picking up your bag. So I don't know why he made that bad comment for him. Why he had to say all that. All right, we're gonna leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show with Giulia making her NXT debut, issuing a challenge to Roxanne Perez that she wants a shot at the NXT Women's Championship when they make their premiere debut on the CW network. So, for me being Kendra Dix, saying so long, thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you later. We'll see you Friday for the SmackDown. We'll see you Wednesday, tomorrow, the AEW Dynamite Report. See you then.